We are back to bring the gateway, the connection between the city and the university together. We call this Alumni Gateway. It isn't claimed by a single donor, but it instead belongs to each of us. I'm struck by the over 250,000 total alumni who have walked through these sacred grounds before us. But above all, I am thinking of all of the work ahead to ensure that those who walk through this Alumni Gateway for years to come embrace our mission to create public good and to make the world a better place.
And we are here at the Yost for another opportunity here, the fourth game of the season for your BGSU clubbers. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday night. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Chip Creinin. So here we go. Quite the night it is. Chip, Bowling Green coming into their fourth game of the 2025-2026 season. Their first time at the Yost, but it is not the first time for the Michigan Wolverines. This will be their fourth home game already, Chip. And here we go. The energy's pumped.
Yeah, I can tell just from the music popping in our ears right now. I can barely hear myself talk. That's how loud the music's going. I think the Falcons are going to have a good game. I think rebound off of that horrible loss last night. We'll see some new goalies, some new lines, some players inserted in the lineup tonight.
Well, yeah, we're going to definitely see a lot tonight. Indeed, some familiar faces in net as well, but also some brand new ones. Grant Newhart getting his first start for the weekend. Last night we saw a little bit of action out of Luke Gutman, but tonight we're going to see him. He played in 9 games last season for 2024-2025, but for his second start of the season, we're going to see Riley Martin, who gets a bit of a homecoming being from Livonia. So seeing a lot of him tonight. Played for the Tri-State Spartans a lot, but now he'll get his second opportunity to play for BGSU, and boy, oh boy, it's got to be a special night for Riley.
I mean, yeah, Riley's played in every game here at Yost in his 3 years now. Got the start, I believe, last year or maybe 2 years ago, came into relief. He came in relief 2 years ago as the Falcons were trailing 3 or 4 to nothing, and ended up winning 6-4 in the game that Rudo had a hat trick in 2 years ago here in this building. Normally we do play Michigan on the early side of the season. It's same as this year as well. Riley Martin Good to see him back in the net.
Absolutely, and I mean, Martin definitely, he has the credentials for it. He has a lot of, good things going for him so far. I mean, his highest save percentage he ever had is a .925, so not too shabby, I would say. And I mean, we talked about that one appearance a little bit. Only gave up 2 goals in the first season, or for the first game of the season against the Ohio State Buckeyes, and then their rivalry tonight, Michigan kind of having them and really trying to get their momentum back after last night, 9-1.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's going to be Riley Martin playing out of his mind. He played out of his mind, and I mean out of his mind. He made 44 of 46 saves in that 2-0 shutout for Ohio State in their victory against us in the season opener. And I think it shows that Riley Martin is coming to play this year, and I think he doesn't want to lose that starting job.
Yeah, he really is. And I mean, Martin definitely has, a lot going for him so far, and he's one of the keys as well that we're going to need for. So let's get into that, Chip. The keys to tonight's game, the first one I have is extra movement. We didn't see a lot of movement last night. This ice is a little bit wet, so kind of getting that from a player's perspective, that means the puck's not going to move as fast. So you got that opportunity. You need that chance to move as fast as you can to go out there. So that's our first one. And then also they have to force the net. So they have to go out there. They have to just try to get those shots. They have to be able to get those rebounds, take those chances. And even, Michigan did it a lot last night, get up high and be able to do that as well. So they're going to need those 2 keys. And then the next one I have is control it. There wasn't a lot of control last night, but there were some bright moments. I mean, Kiesel had a beautiful shot. We controlled the game for a little bit. So if it's all about control, and that's a big part of the hockey game as well, especially on the mental side, is who's able to control it, Chip.
Yeah, and I think you said it well. I think reusing a key to the game from last night. Yeah, I know there's no graphic for you guys out there watching us here, but it matters. The controlling the game matters. Puck possession. I know we don't something that Acha doesn't track is puck possession, and the puck game. But the game before us here was a blowout, 9-0. The Michigan women's team won. I don't think the puck ever came down into their own defensive zone. If they did, it was quickly back in. It's a puck possession. Yes, you won 9-0. That's great. But how often did you control the puck? I'd say 90 to 95% of the time they had the puck on their sticks.
And, that's definitely a great point to make as well. And, I mean, kind of looking back at it as well, there was a lot of pass attempts. Maybe not all of them went your way, but still there were some bright moments. And we saw a lot of situations as well, where even if it didn't go in your favor, the guys would make up for their mistakes on the next shift.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm listening to the PA guy at the same time as you, Dan. It's hard for me. Sometimes it's hard for me to multitask.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, now they're getting into the starting lineups as well. So let's give you the BGSU Falcons starting lineup for tonight, who they're looking to roll along with, as we'll have our captain, Mark Rudo, that number 10 man at the left wing, and then Anthony Higgins, number 22, will be at center, and then Austin McMullen, that number 19, going to be at the right wing. And then looking back at the defense, we're going to see Aiden Granica and Ted Scholze. So Ted, from the Westerville area, I wonder if he had any connection, to Ohio State, any hatred for Michigan, but going to see quite a bit of action out of him. And then another notable name, though, we got to see, Aiden Granica. He's one of 6 kids on this team that is from the state of Michigan. So let's see what happens in this first game outside of the state of Ohio for the 2025-2026 season.
I mean, Westerville, Ohio. He's really impressed me so far as Ted Scholze. I really hope it's a good game tonight. Michigan's head coach and our coach Drew Harper are really good friends off the ice. So they during this warm-up period, they were talking pretty heavily in a good conversation. He was not there last night, so hopefully he'll bring us good luck in being in attendance.
For sure, and let's get to break now, folks, as we get ready for the national anthem. You are listening to BGSU Club Hockey on YouTube. And here we go, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday night. Dan Ridenour here with Chip Creinin as here a little bit of, I believe it's been a while by Stained in the background, and Bowling Green, it's been a while since they got a win. They're looking for it tonight, and they got to get out there and get that pressure going, and a bit of a miscommunication with us in the back as well, but Griffin Keyron will be between the pipes for the Michigan Wolverines. Not Grant Newhart who we had believed, but
I was wrong, yeah. Who was it? Griffin
Keyron will be in the net for the Wolverines. Riley Martin, however, will still be between the pipes for your BGSU Falcons. So let's go, everybody, and get it rolling. Higgins versus Stabnik. At the Yost, we get it started here, and now there you have it, 9:06, your official start time here as we get it going. Rudo to have the puck over to Higgins again. Waiting for it a bit. Cohen right on him, and now we take it back. Granica looking for his options. He chooses Rudo. Rudo able to get a stick on it, forces it down low, and the Wolverines will have an opportunity. That looks like Rothstein's down there with it as well. Rudo fighting against Cohen now for the puck, and that one going up. Michigan now to have it, as that will be Stabnik as we keep this one moving along. Granica going to be fighting in the corner versus Leader as they take for it, and then Stabnik to have it out in front. But the stop there by McMullen is now he'll take it along, as Scholze will have that puck now as we keep that one waiting. So Granica. Good
job resetting there, as that's going to be an icing here. It should be an icing here on the Falcons.
Looks like Granica, the attempt over to Seth Gobble did not go through quite enough. And now we'll have our first icing of the contest.
Sorry, I'm working camera for a little bit until our cameraman Timmy Whitehead shows up here.
Well, we'll get back to it, and now here we go. So let's keep the energy high here, folks, and now going back for it again. Shot on goal there.
Another block. He'll lead the rush. That's what you want to see. Block shot leads to a rush.
Well, Granica to get off there. Going to be Conway able to get on, but now Michigan going to have their opportunity. The 1-T there, and a shot on goal by Jordan Rivera. And so there you have it, Chip. 18:54 left in the period so far. And a shot on net as well as we keep this one rolling along.
I mean, yeah. Picture doing this for the high school. I do the games for the high school team in Bowling Green. Picture doing camera, clock, and play-by-play. It's hard.
Oh, for sure. And then now we take it back again. Moving it along at center. And now Updike has an opportunity to 2-on-1. Does he pass it over? No, he doesn't. Oh, and that's a shot on goal for Bowling Green, but not quite. Going to hit the back of the net as now they'll take it in the corner. Hoover there to get a hit. Puck rolls out in front.
Good play there, Updike, just to throw it back down low. Hoover, nice job battling in front.
As that one goes out and away, now they're taking it. Carson Lloyd going to get that one high and out, forcing Bowling Green deep into their own territory, as that's Carter Gata, who's going to get a bit of a wraparound there, trying to find it as well. Liam Conway on the boards. Now he has it behind the stop and the go over, but Hoover going to try to go uphill, won't get it eventually, but now White going to have the opportunity. Had a hat trick yesterday that we were able to observe, and so now we'll see some more action out of there again. And a hit there by Conway, as now we're forcing a little bit more. Styles going to try to pick it up and go in, and now Updike to have an opportunity. He'll just get that one up and goes down low, forcing none other than that number 24, Jack White, to chase it.
Oh, Kleinow had a chance there to keep it in. Instead of using his stick there, try to quick reaction, go down on your knee, block that pass from getting out of the zone.
Well, and Brackenbuck tries to get it out, not quite going to work it out, but now Styles has that puck down low in the corner. Seeing where he wants to go. Will he go high? And he does. He'll go to White. White just going to dump that one in past Buck, and now we're finding it in the corner. McCarthy has it as well, so it's a McCarthy v. Granica battle for that one. Now Bowling Green to have some momentum as that one goes out on a dump and chase action, and we'll see some more. McLaughlin going to be chasing that one with Caleb Kiesel. But that one goes back to McCarthy as that one goes up and through the feet of Brackenbuck, who will now be chasing for it as well. That one now in the corner, waiting for it a little bit more. McCarthy now with the puck. He'll choose to go cross ice. Cohen now with it at the high slot. Ends up going down low, however, and now Brackenbuck versus McCarthy for that one as well. As now McCarthy just takes it around a little bit more. Rothstein going to try to get a shot on net, but that one will be blocked by McLaughlin. As they're taking it for here, McLaughlin gets some pressure on it. Not able to clear it. Patton as well to force it. Granica going to clear it around to the other direction. as now we'll fight for it a little bit more. That's Carson Lloyd with the puck down low trying to fight for it, and then gets taken by Milham as that one's moving as well. Looks like that could have caught the stick of McLaughlin, but they
waved it off anyways. I think that was a good stick tie-up. They're going to say the Michigan Wolverine could have touched it, didn't.
Well, and now Cone taking a bit of a Statue of Liberty play here. Past JT Webb. The shot on net, though, blocked by Bracken Buck. He'll try to get another one in front, and the shot blocked again there. Higgins able to stop that one as we'll have a bit of more leeway going. Higgins using the wheels to get that one in. Now we're back in the neutral zone. However, that's Leader fighting for it, and we're taking a little bit more here as now Webb moving it back along. Going to be chasing for it as well a little bit. Cone to get that cross-ice pass to Stabnik on the Michigan Wolverines side. Now into their zone after the dump by Higgins. JT Webb going to be the lone Falcon to chase it in as Higgins and Rudo to follow. Looks like Scholze in the zone as well. Owen Bentley staying back behind a little bit as well. Cone gets that pass over a little bit past Rudo. Now taking it along just a little bit further. Going to need something else. They can go for it. And the shot there going high. And there you'll have it.
High off the glass. Big rebound there. It's burned Riley Martin here a couple times in this building. He's got to remember that.
Well, Nick Leader there going to try to get that one on, but the DC action that we see by Austin McMullen is now that's deep into the territory there, fighting for it a little bit longer. That looks like Dante Munger going to be the man with the puck. He chooses to go out to Clayton Pryal. Pryal now tries to get it through over to Jordan Rivera. Rivera to dump, as now we'll see Liam Conway face that one off down below. Over to Bentley, back to Conway again.
Good idea there.
And it's out of the zone, forcing the Wolverines to retreat a little bit. Conway now has it. They'll go back into the zone, however. Bentley with some options just chooses to go back to Conway. A little bit of a bounce, but still moving. As Rudo's able to get that one almost into the neutral zone, but Bentley going to go cross ice again, going to fight for it, and looks like that'll be close but picked up by Lazowski. But now we'll have it going the other way. Now Michigan to have it. Pryal was the intended target. Past Conway, that one offside, but it's barely avoided there by the Wolverines, as now we'll see some more action. Pryal now with the puck, has two Falcons on him. Over and across, gets the shot in that one. Rivera with the attempt, but not quite able to find the back of the net. The third shot on goal for the Wolverines, as now Rivera tries to get that one back out. Intercepted, however. Looks like that's gobbled down low. You can tell by his height, but now here we go.
Oh, nice play, Conway.
And Conway able to steal that one from Pryal. Gobble now with the puck, taking it along, up and through. Updike now going to be chasing for it. Updike beats a man, gets it through. And the Ann Arbor man almost gets it.
Updike, nice power move to the net.
Well, we'll take it from here now. And now Granica to choose to go that one low. Going to be some bit of action there. Hoover going to be going against White, gets a bit of action against him. And so now we'll see that fit. Gobble to chase as well. And that one's going down low. Granica able to get a good block there. Updike trying to get it low. And that one going to be just chosen to be cleared by that number 26 of Carter Gata, as Hoover's trying to chase in the zone against White. Not able to, however. So White will just get it across. Now waiting for it a little bit more. That's White to Gumma.
Hoover steal.
And that'll be intercepted. We'll see that one go through. Lazarius going to be the man to steal that one there. Off the hand, however, of that number 4 that we're seeing of Doug Stiles, and that one goes back and through. So now Bracken Buck will have an opportunity with it to see what he wants to do. So that's Buck. In the feet there, Kiesel. Intercepted by Cohn. Cohen now with some options. Has two Falcons on him, but Kiesel going to be the one to make the boom. And now McCarthy looking for a shot on net. He chooses to go high, and the attempt there off, and just like that, a stave off the shot from Rothstein.
Oh, nice tip in front. That comes from Caleb Kiesel not going to get the pass. He waited for the pass to come to him. It was an errant pass trying to make the fancy play. Puck didn't come out, and then the Falcons scrambling in their own zone, 1-0 Michigan.
Well, a shot from up high. Looks like that one might have been tipped, but that is the 4th straight goal from the Wolverines in this series, where they have gotten it from up high, and now it makes it a 1-0 game. And so now we'll see our situation because of that, and we'll...
It's probably a first career goal, so they needed a new puck.
Well, we'll take it as well. Patton versus Stabnik going, and that's won by the Wolverines. Cohen on that right side, going to be taking it down and in, and that one chooses to go over. Leader now with the puck. Oh, just tries to get it on, but not quite. Patton going to clear. Not quite, however, and now here we go. Rothstein being pressured up high, and then the opportunity, still able to keep it in though. Some action there by Tanner Amos to try to get that one out, but Leader going to have it back again, and a little bit of block. Patton now has possession of it, using some speed. He's got a man to follow. Amos just barely trailing behind, but still, that'll be tipped and into the net for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Yeah, I think that was a good shot block there by Patton. Sorry, it was a little delayed. Good shot block there by Patton. He'll take the ensuing draw. Lost it. Michigan gains control. They'll look to go to the far side over the near side. Dumps it back in.
And now Stabnik now with it, moving it along. There's Leader there as well, as Tanner Amos going to be fighting just a little bit. Scholze gets it on that far side. JT Webb just narrowly out of reach for that one. And now Michigan has some momentum going in their favor. The pass over to Leader. Going to find for it. Bentley able to intercept it, however, on a bit of a steal there. Gets it over to his partner in Scholze. Reading the ice, he'll go over. A bit of a rebound there, and that's going to bump off a Webb. Still fighting for it as well. Just gets a little knock over to Lazowski, who's now going to be chasing for it. Lazowski has it, waiting for it a little bit more, and that is into the chest of Riley Martin. That'll be the 5th shot on goal for the Michigan Wolverines today.
Yeah, I think quality chances here for both sides. The Falcons have had 2 good chances. Michigan's had a couple. Capitalized on one of them, did the Wolverines. And I think, like you said, getting shots on net's going to be important.
Yeah, absolutely. Only a 1-0 games. No reason to sound the alarm just yet. But Conway able to get that past the stick of Rudo. Rudo gets it. Going and across, and just missed there by McMullen.
You got 2 of our best shooters on the team with the 2-on-1, and you just need to shoot the puck. Be selfish. Selfish, not shellfish. It
could have gone. It could have gone either way. McMullen there, just so close. Was able to get it high, at least in a positive here. You got your starting line out there, and on defense, you got Carter Gaeta, you got Liam Conway, and you get Higgins out there as well. Try to cause some chaos, and Stabnik as well, the starter for the Michigan Wolverines, not out there as well. So a good opportunity here. Higgins going to be trying to back check here just a little bit. McMullen in front. Rudo just narrowly avoids that one, and then Pryl over, and a big hit there by Higgins. Both will go down inevitably, but Rivera behind the net, a wraparound action there. That's by the number 12 of San Carp. Was originally ruled as a defenseman, but boy, in this series, Chip, we've seen a lot of action out of him as a forward.
I mean, yeah, Carp's one of those veterans for the Wolverines. I believe he's an upperclassman. Not sure, doesn't say, but when you have as many forwards listed as you have defensemen on your roster, you're going to have a lot of mixing and matching going on.
Well, and that's the strength, I'd say. Pryl tries to get it over, intercepted by Updike, who's going to try to get it across. A little behind. Hoover now has an opportunity, has to try to get it through. And that one back. Gobble has an opportunity. And so close, as now we'll take that one back again. Gobble, the opportunity. Ooh. A big block there by that number 24 of none other than Jack White. So now waiting for a little longer. Gobble tries to get that one in and then goes back and along. And that one going to be ruled off. Buck to chase against that number 22 that we've seen a lot in Clayton Pryl. And so now they'll take it through. Pryl in the corner. Granica to take him down. Gobble to pick up the loose puck. And then that one goes across, but still will be kept in by the Wolverines.
Good play there by Gobble to get the puck back. Cornered his man off.
And Updike there tries to get an opportunity. Hoover now with the puck. Looking across, tries to do a move there, and it's unsuccessful but close. And now they'll take forward and back again. Hoover behind the net. Pass intercepted, however, by Gumma. As that one goes out, Granica goes cross ice to Buck. Buck now across the line. Will he try to take it in just a little bit? And he will. Moves it along and just on net there. As now they'll take it a little bit further. McLaughlin just narrowly misses that one as well. So now they'll take it back along. And the Wolverines going to try to get a rush here. That one goes back to Bentley. Bentley to Buck. Has some open room. Just gets that one banked. Intercepted by Cone. And he'll take that one through. But that's a high attempt to try to get that. And that's going to go into the net and out of play.
Yeah, I think a lot of back and forth play. I think every shift that the Hoover, Gobble, and Updike line has had has been a great shift for the Falcons. I think they just need to keep building off that momentum that their shifts that line's having. And you saw it there. Kleinau's line kind of carried into it, but back in the neutral zone face-off.
Well, they'll take it back and away again we go. Kleinau there to try to take the face-off for the Falcons, as Lazowski now has the puck, tries to go cross ice and just through Ted Scholze, but Owen Bentley going to be able to
that
recover.
Should be interference.
We'll see him get taken down and another Falcon to get hit. And that one just going to be a knock away there by Riley Martin as that one goes up and through, and that is way into no man's land, into the stands.
Got to talk not hockey here for a second. Chicago Cubs, man, they're struggling. Just got a push notification from my phone. Reds beat them. Reds are creeping up on the Cubs. I know the Cubs are close to clinching that playoff spot if they haven't already. Man, they had a big lead in the division, and then the Brewers just go, whoop, there we go. Sorry, tangent.
Well, it's a decent tangent, though, for baseball, and I mean, more of a Tigers guy myself. But anyway, here we go. Lazowski gets that one on net from the point. Good job there by the Falcons to not only read that play, but realize they've kind of been struggling from shots from the point. A good stop there by Martin right in the chest.
Yeah, I think this has been a real fast-paced first period. I know we've got 8:31 to go in the period.
But they'll take it away from there. As Kiesel's able to get a block there, but ends up going out in front. Leader wide open and
nice
a block.
save.
And a beautiful one at that by Martin. As Michigan now struggling with it, it forced into the neutral zone, and now they're going to have some pressure down deep. Munger now with the puck, able to get it out, however. Nielsen now with that puck on the far side, gets it across. Stabnik, and then Nielsen with the opportunity. The puck is loose, and the puck is out. And that'll be an icing for Bowling Green.
Yeah, I think Bowling Green got caught there on a baddish change, lost their guy entering the zone, as it was a 3-on-3 heading back, and then they just crisscross. Bowling Green got applesauced, and then it's a loose puck in front.
Well, still a great way to avoid trouble. The ice there, and now you get a little bit of time to reset, and they'll be back for it again. Evan Fitzgerald to take the face-off now for the Michigan Wolverines, facing off against Jack Kleinow there. As now they take for it again. Ted Scholze tries to get it out. A bit of a reverse hit action there by Kiesel. Was the lone goal for BGSU yesterday. But now we're forcing it deep. Stiles now with the puck. Going to be forced down low with it, as that was Bowden Stoller.
Good job by Stoller getting his stick in that passing lane on the back check as he was F1. Turned over there. Good hit. Oh, big block there by Patton. That stung him.
Well, now they're taking it back and along the other way. Hutchinson now for the Wolverines, going to be forcing it deep. He's got Stiles to his right. Does he go there? No, he cannot.
Oh, Bowden Stoller, nice forecheck.
Well, Bowden's got that good pressure there. Amos now forcing in the corner against White. 2-on-2 action. Patton able to get that one on net, and it just bounces out to center. A bit of a change as well. JT Webb just narrowly avoids it, and that one could have been behind the back, but no call there. Amos, that's behind him as well. Cohen versus Amos, 11-on-11 action. As now we see Conway behind the net. Intercepted, however. Stiles now with the puck, seeing where he goes. Conway gets it back again, however, and that one moving forward, as that one narrowly avoids by Rothstein. In front is Riley Martin, just going to cover that one with 6:45 left in the first period.
Hey, puck, come here, puck. That's what he was saying to the puck there with Riley Martin. I think he's had a good start to this game so far. Yeah, he's allowed a goal. It was a nice tip in front on a bad Bowling Green shift, but that's hockey, right? If you got a bad shift, team's going to capitalize on it in a good team like Michigan.
Well, they'll take it from here, and here we go. Buck and Granica against Pryal. They're able to try to get it in their grasp, but Pryal now behind the net. Buck to follow him as well, seeing where they can go from here, going up to Cohen. Cohen now with an opportunity, gets the shot off the post and narrowly avoiding a collision there. But Higgins now will have possession, able to dump that one in. Rudo to be the lone chaser. Cohen now with the puck for the Wolverines, as now they take it. McMullen as well getting some pressure on as Higgins. That one gets past him, but here they go. Pryal now with the puck over and looking. Will he try Patrick Kane? No, he won't. He takes it all the way around, loses possession of it, but that's picked up by Sam Karp. Karp now able to get that one down and deep. Granica with it as well. McMullen with the opportunity off the glass and trying for it. The target was Rivera, but here comes Higgins. Higgins with an opportunity, tries to get it. It'll pass just narrowly past Granica, as McMullen, though, and Rudo able to keep it in the zone. Rudo has it, and that one on net.
It's a good shot choice there by Rudo. The Michigan Wolverines were all collapsing on him. Had a clean shot lane, took it. Maybe, goalie fumbles it. You never know. Get the shot on net, and that's what Rudo did.
Well, and absolutely a good chance there. Looks like BGSU will keep their line out there And we'll see a familiar face in Carson Lloyd for the Maize and Blue as that one goes into Rudo, has some opportunities. He'll choose to go high to Bentley. Bentley to Higgins now. As Rudo looks to be forcing a little bit deep. There was one on, and that one going to be covered. McMullen there not wanting to have a bit of a extracurricular play there. Just chooses to lay off, and probably the right decision there.
Yeah, I think on net, on ice, shot there from the point almost squeaked its way in as the goalie was looking one way. Falcons win the draw here. Rudo, bad angle. He shoots the other angle, other way, far side, glove side. That's going in.
Well, Lazowski versus Higgins there for a moment, and then that one goes back. And again, Lazowski now on that right side, waiting for it just a bit. Bentley on him, able to get a knock for that one. And now Lazowski forced down low. It looks like a 2-on-2 action. Past the stick of Rudo, back and through. McCarthy now going to choose to dance with it a little, just has to dump it into the opposite corner. And Bentley now versus Lloyd, and looks like Bentley not too thrilled with that. But here we go again. Lazowski now going to get a bank right there. Over to McCarthy, who was able to dump that one in. Bentley versus Lloyd again, as Bentley's going to be taken down. He's not too thrilled with that. And then McCarthy gets knocked a little bit, and Gobble going with it. And then Bentley to break his stick. Just unfortunate timing, especially as a defenseman. But just be a body there, and especially, Bentley has that deciding.
Rudo, come on, Rudo. You got to be smarter than that. Taking two-hand and then going right after a Michigan player.
Well, we've seen a lot of chippiness there, and it's not just one side. And Bentley to go off, and then Scholze tries to get it in. And the offside there by Rudo.
Well, it wasn't Rudo. I think it was Hoover on the near side here below us. But you wear the C on your chest. You got to be smarter than that. You got to make smarter decisions. You can't go. If you're a winger, you got to be up at the point. You can't be chasing all the way down low. In that situation, you give your stick to the defenseman and then see what happens from there.
Leader now able to get the pass as Nielsen's not quite able to hold on, and Gobble going to be forced down deep to try to turn for that one as well. Nielsen versus Gobble, and looks like there's some onlookers, and Leader able to get the puck as well versus Conway in that 2-on-2 battle, but White from up high forced to go because Hoover was there. White going to try to get it through Updike and then pass. Gobble was there, and now Uppy has the puck over to Hoover. Now one-on-one action. Where's Hoover going to go? Trying to get it on net. Forced wide. Patrick Kane-style shot. Liam Conway able to keep it in the zone as well, as Leader gives him a bit of a shove. But here they go, trying to get it out front. An opportunity for Hoover. Not quite. Updike there as well to try to follow, and now Leader.
That's a great play there by Kleinow. Just get the puck towards the net.
Michigan going to be forced to change there as well, and looks like Hoover's going to get knocked, and that will be up.
Let's see if they get both of them or just the Michigan player.
Well, Hoover has not been a well-liked person by Michigan, not been
not a well-liked person by any team, and I think it's just going to be a Bowling Green power play.
Well, he wasn't treated too fairly yesterday, if you kind of remember what happened there, but we're going to have a penalty on Jack White. Ended up getting a hat trick yesterday. Kind of been playing as a defenseman, but yeah, that was the right call there, and just not even trying to be biased. Just we've seen a lot of that though, and kind of that almost smash mouth style of hockey from Michigan of just trying to get up in your face, and sometimes they take it a little too far.
Yeah, watch here from the quick face-off win here to Gobble, quick over to Rudo for a one-timer. Rudo scored 2 of his 4 goals in this building via that play.
Well, Rudo and Granica marked, and an interesting sight to see that left defenseman spot wearing a number 10, I must say. If you know, you know. And now Gobble looks like he's up there as well with Higgins. And if I'm not mistaken, kind of hard to tell, I believe.
They're waiting for the penalty to get put on the board. There we go.
Yep, and that will be McMullen, as I assumed. And then that one goes high. Granico with some
Rudo
opportunities.
wants it. Yeah.
Gets a bit of a sauce over to Rudo, but quick pressure there by that number 12 of Sam Karp for Michigan, as they're taking it down low as well, fighting for it along again, as that one almost able to get through and out, and some action there over the stick of Martin as they'll take that one as well. Granica with some momentum here just behind the net. Going to take for it as well. Granica with a shot over to McMullen, able to lose his possession of it, however, though. Granica able to step in and do his part as that one goes back to Rudo. Rudo over to Granica and then tries to get it again, and Higgins has that one as well, and he'll just choose to get some DC action there as that one goes along. Gobble and McMullen, the two Falcons.
You got to talk there.
Well, Rothstein there to get it for Michigan, but now it's back for Granica with some daylight. Tries to get it through. McMullen with a close shot opportunity. Just goes a little high. Higgins now with the puck as Cohn's fighting him for it there, and so is Sam Karp. We've seen that 11-12 duo quite a bit so far this weekend, as now we'll take it into the other end. Looks like Ted Scholz is going to have it off of Martin.
Your face is in the...
Well, now Scholz with it, seeing where he can go. Has some breathing room, gets it low. 41 seconds left in the penalty kill for Michigan. As now that one looks like it'll go out of play, and we'll have a bit of a breather here.
Yeah, it's important here. Big face-off. He shot that from his own zone, so the face-off's going to be inside the offensive zone for the Falcons here instead of in the neutral zone.
Well, and a good opportunity indeed, as Jack White still serving it there. I mean, but we'll take it, and that one goes along. Updike now up high. Going to move it down low and then back again. Scholz with an opportunity here. Over to Updike on the one-timer. Looks like that's blocked by Lazowski, however, though, from Michigan. As that one goes through and across Lloyd to get that clear there, as we are now down to 15 seconds left in the penalty kill here. And then down low, that will be Kleinau with it. And then looked like he ended up getting that one across. Stabnik tries to fight through two, forcing it into the corner. Michigan playing up and high, and then looks over Lloyd, but a beautiful block there by Scholz. The puck picked up and then taken down again as Lloyd, and we're into full strength now, folks. As we will see Doug Stiles come in exchange for Jack White, as that one's picked up, however. And now we see some opportunities. Kleinau with it, going to choose to dump it on over, as Hoover's going to be fighting for it as well, and then moving it along. And Kiesel there kind of takes himself out of the play, but going on the back check, as Granica forcing it out wide, and that one's taken down. As Fitzgerald will move that, as we have less than a minute left in the period. As now we're going to see Gumma being chasing for it. As that's a bit of a bank there. We'll see some more action as Fitzgerald's able to get that one down low. Granica now fighting for it, seeing some more momentum. But inevitably it'll just be cleared out by Bowden Stoller for his first appearance of the weekend. Or first game, I suppose. But that one intercepted. JT Webb with the opportunity. Just missed that one. Going to try for it again to get it high. There's Bowden. Still has possession of it. Over to Webb again. That one close. Patton to fight for it as well. And that one will be so close, pressuring that net.
Yeah, JT Webb couldn't set that puck.
Well, he was so close there, and so is Patton as well. But that, that's a sign of improvement for Bowling Green, that they're able to get that one cleared out and keep it moving along. So now 19.6 seconds remain here, and we're going to see that line of Rudo, McMullen, and Higgins with Granica and Scholz on defense, as Rudo is going to be fighting to keep that one in, and he'll succeed. Keeping it down as well. Higgins now against Cohn. Going to be forced to go to the other side, and now Michigan with a bit of a breakout here, but Rudo to keep that one in off the skate of Higgins, but Rudo now holding on, and then that one to go high. 2 seconds, 1 second, and Scholz will just hold on to it, not do any poor decisions to end the period, as now we have a 1-0 hockey game. Heading into our second period, we'll be just right back in just a moment for our first intermission report. This is BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. And welcome back, everybody, to the first intermission report here. Let's get it going, and I'm Dan Ridenour. Thank you for staying with us as we get it moving along into the second period. Currently, your score, folks, is 1-0 against the BGSU Falcons. Currently having a interesting situation there. Not a lot has happened, but, still we just got to keep in mind what has a one-goal game so far separates these two teams. And a penalty so far that was served by Jack White of the Michigan Wolverines. He had a hat trick yesterday, and we've seen quite a bit out of him so far. He had 48 penalty minutes, if you remember, when he was with Jackson United during his career, and he had a lot of situations as well with that. And it was just kind of a situation against Hoover, and that's what we ended up going with from there. So one penalty so far, one goal, but some good opportunities as well. Rudo's been moving the puck quite a bit. So we've seen a lot out of Mark Rudo. We've seen a lot out of Anthony Higgins as well and Austin McMullen, that starting line. But even beyond that as well, on the defensive side, Aiden Granica has been able to step up, and so has Bracken Buck. He's moving the puck like we normally see. And Owen Bentley as well has put his body out on the line for a couple times so far as well. Ryan Hoover and Nolan Patton, other notable ones who have done the same that we've seen so far. So quite a bit of anticipation for the second period. Bowling Green keeping themselves in it. We'll just have to see what they can do from there. And so far, anything is possible. Only one penalty so far, a goal by the Wolverines that they have, and so seeing that as well. But that's the fourth straight goal that we've seen between these two games so far that was from the point. This one, however, the last three were not tipped. This one was. So that's just a bit of an unfortunate go at it. But at least, there's signs of improvement, and we're seeing a lot of that tonight. Is those said signs of improvement overall is kind of the most notable thing I'd like to point out here, is just being able to kind of get back on top of it. We're seeing a lot of improvement so far by BGSU. They're keeping themselves in it. If we want to revert back, controlling the game, one of our keys to the game that we needed to see, and so Bowling Green's been doing that so far, and they've had good control of it, and it's really just about the possession as well, and then forcing the net and being able to get out on that, as well as just being able to get those shots forced on net. And there are chances where it's happening. We're seeing a lot of rebounds. The only unfortunate part is Griffin Kieron is just not letting Bowling Green get any chances with that, and he's just going in to step in and stop it out of almost nowhere, really. And another name I'd like to mention, Andrew Updike as well, has had some opportunities that we've seen from him, the Ann Arbor native, getting a bit of a homecoming again here for that number 13. So seen quite a decent game out of him so far, and you just have to get it going. You have to get this momentum going. You have a period under your belt, and you're only down one, and obviously you don't want to think about yesterday with everything that happened with that. We saw a bit of, an unfortunate situation yesterday where it was just a 9-1 blowout against Bowling Green, but here you're keeping it close. And there's still 2 more periods to go, so a lot of hockey yet to be played, 40 minutes. And we will be right back with that. Don't go anywhere, folks. Stay with us as we keep going in this game. Around 4 minutes to go until we start the second period. Thank you so much for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. You are watching BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. And welcome back to the intermission report. Waiting here, I'm Dan Ridenour joining you. So now waiting a little longer. The buzz has sounded, and now we'll see the officials coming out here today as we get this one started. So good to see them as well. The officials are back, and Bowling Green getting ready to hop on the ice again for the second period. I mean, that was kind of a difficulty yesterday was the second period, but, you know, a big part of life is either you win or you learn. And there was a lot of learning to happen yesterday for Bowling Green, and now they get it going again. Hopefully they can learn and just bounce back from what they had, and really good chances all around and a good opportunity here to just come out to the Yost. And, you know, looking at that ice right now just seems a little more, I guess you could say, wet than average, and that's going to mean the puck is not going to move as much as you'd like it to, and neither are your feet, so you're going to have to try to put in that bit of extra effort and just get it going here. But now here you'll have it. Looks like they got Iron Man playing in the background and getting to go. Some notable events as well. We've seen a lot of action just so far out of it. I mean, Jack White's been able to step up. Nick Leader, Jordan Rivera, Liam McCarthy, and Carson Lloyd with Brandon Stabnick as well. So we've seen quite a lot of action out of them as well. And now here we go, Chips right back in again. And now let's get it started for our second period.
Yeah, period of long change. I think Coach Harper's message was just to shoot the puck and good things will happen. I think Hoover's line, or the Jack Kleinow moment where he shot the puck from the goal line and almost created like a great chance for the Falcons. I mean, you just got to shoot the puck. That's all it takes.
Well, that means one shot of the puck can change the world, and that's definitely true tonight. And I mean, yeah, Jack Kleinow, that junior forward, we've seen some good action out of him tonight, and he's been able to kind of get the momentum going as well. And then especially with defense, though, I'd say a lot of action so far from Aiden Granica, another name that we've seen quite a bit.
I mean, I really like Ted Schulze. I think he's been looking better. It's the same five that started the period or first period to start the second here. The puck's dropped now, and another face-off won by the Falcons. I think something we haven't talked about a lot is the job that the Falcons are doing in the face-off dot this year is a lot better than last year.
Well, and that was Stabnick versus Higgins. Ends up going back in favor of Higgins, and now here you go. Cody Nielsen now with the puck. Tries to get it out. Cone with the opportunity, and that is into the glove for Riley Martin, which gets him a good shot on goal for Michigan, but also a good save.
Yeah, it was a great save by Martin. Good job fending off a screen there. It's a great save.
And here we go. Cody Nielsen to take that against Higgins for the Michigan Wolverines, and now as Cone has that one and going to be fighting for it as Higgins, as now he has it, and then looks like Stabnick's going to be chiming in there to try to help him out. But here we go, and then Nielsen keeps it in, or at least tries to, and now Higgins now has it, as Nielsen will hit Higgins there, and Stabnick now going to force it back over, and a bit of a miscommunication there, and now Rothstein will end up having the puck for the Wolverines. That one across Cody Nielsen now. It's a bit of a battle going against Carter Gata there as that one goes across. Gata now with the puck. Has some opportunities. He'll choose to dump that one over to Lazowski, so now we'll see some energy from him. Across, though, intercepted by Higgins off the tip by McMullen. McMullen as well going to be fighting for it. Back into the neutral zone, and that one gets up and just narrowly avoids a hook as now Fitzgerald has the puck, and the shot right in on Martin. McMullen not too thrilled either, as we're seeing that number 17 of Luca Lazarius getting in as well to try to fend off that one.
Yeah, I think that's McMullen's got to make a better choice there. He's got to realize that he's covering for the D. Didn't realize it, and then he's slow getting back. Lets Michigan go on a 2-on-1.
Well, here we go and take it from here. Seth Gobble now to get that puck going and forcing it out. Good play there, though, by Ryan Hoover to try to get it in the neutral zone, and now we're back at it again, though. Carter Gata now has the puck. He chooses to go out. Liam Conway, his intended target, but Fitzgerald tries to get it over. The shot just narrowly avoided by Doug Stiles, and now here we go.
Mind the shot? No, I'm good.
Well, Jack White there tried it for it again, and now here you go, and that's into the neutral zone, chasing for it a little bit longer. Andrew Updike fends him off as now Gobble's able to get that DC action in, as now Kieran has it behind the net. Hoover tries to steal it. Updike has the puck, seeing where he goes, and then the ref gets in the way, but that's the interception by Justin Hutchinson, as now we'll have it on a 1-on-2. Hutchinson versus Granica, going over to the right and see him to try to go in. As he'll lose possession of it, Granica able to fend it off and fight for it. Past Rivera, as now that one's in. Updike able to get possession as well. Goes across to Hoover, not quite able to keep it on his stick though. And a bit of a hit there by Hoover, as he's trying to get off, not quite able to, and Munger looks like he has a stick, and up, that's going to be a hand raised by
it's going to be a penalty here
the
to
referee.
The Falcons. It's going to be Hoover.
And
Hoover's got to get off his stick. It's just a dumb penalty.
Well, I think it's just an unfortunate circumstance there, and they're going to rule Hoover on a holding, so that'll be Bowling Green's first penalty today, and it's going to be a hold on Hoover.
I agree with the call. I think Hoover's got to realize, I'm off the ice, and then he's still holding a guy's stick that's on the ice. That's either too many men on the ice then, or just holding.
It's part of just kind of what happened, and but now here we go. Hoover's been involved in both penalties for both teams, so he'll just sit down and get it going for the 2-minute minor for a hold. As now we keep it going along again. Ronan McLaughlin to take this against none other than Brandon Stabnick. As now Michigan has it up high, the shot, and that one wide right. As we'll take it back again, Cody Nielsen with the puck. Going to be chasing for it. He still has it. Kiesel behind, across, moving it. Cohen on net, and that's a tip-in again. For
overcommitment on the penalty kill.
Well, Brandon Stabnick with the power play goal, back-to-back for Michigan, as they'll get a tip there. And the fifth, and I repeat, the fifth straight goal in this series where it originated on a high shot for the Michigan Wolverines, and that duo of Avelo Cohn and Sam Karp has been deadly against the Falcons so far this weekend.
Yeah, tips are the way to go against the Falcons right now, and I don't know what else to say. Don't take dumb penalties.
Well, here we go now. Higgins versus Rivera. As now we go, and that's a wide open opportunity for Karp, and then there it goes across.
Nice
Bentley
save.
Stopped him, and a stop there for Riley Martin as that goes through Rothstein and forces him back, as now Rudo has that puck as well. And here we go again. As now they're moving it along, seeing where they can go for it, as that one's just across. And they're going to rule that an icing for Michigan.
I don't get it. It starts and stops again. You do a flyby, and then it allows Michigan a free breakout. If you stop there in front, it forces Michigan to set up their breakout. Then you're more likely to have a errant pass, creating an odd man rush going the other way for the Falcons. Starts and stops again.
Well, here's Higgins, though, to battle against Rivera. Pryl tries to clear that one out, and so does Cohn, and then they're moving it along up high. Rudo tries to keep that one in. McMullen as well to keep it going in the team effort, but still the Wolverines will succeed, and they're going to be ruling that one an icing, though. Owen Bentley to use some momentum there to try to get down, and really a good break, though, for the Falcons to be able to get that down in offensive territory.
Michigan could get caught here with a long shift. We'll see what the Falcons want to do with that.
And now Rivera going to be taking the face-off there, back for it again. Higgins, though, able to clear that across. Bentley going to be pinching just a little bit. Rudo able to step back there and help his partner out. But here you go again, 16:29 and counting left. That puck goes back again. Looks like Pryl's kind of standing for it, and so is Sam Karp, who will choose to dump. And there's that change for the Wolverines. Ted Scholze now has some time. Loses possession, goes back to Higgins, as now it looks like McCarthy's going to be fighting him there. Liam McCarthy trying to fight for Higgins, and now he has two Falcons on him, though. But Hayes Milham going to be chiming in as well, so here you go, back for it again. That one through, however, by that number 5 of Morgan Rothstein, now taking it through, as now he'll have it. Rothstein gets that pass across to Milham. Rudo able to break that one up. Bentley, though, pass intercepted by Hutchinson, as that will be a DC action there, as Scholze gets it across, and so does Higgins, as now McMullen going to try to get that one through, and Hutchinson as well. But there's Rudo with the shot on net, just wide right, got pressured there, and a good screen is set by Hayes Milham, as now we'll see Hutchinson have that one back again. Moving it along is Carter Gata, who now has the puck. He'll get that across to Liam Conway, who gets the dump in, as Jack White will pick it up, and then moving it back again, that's Liam McCarthy. That number 96 as he tries to get that one in. That one's past Martin as well. In this 2-0 game, Michigan now has it down deep. Hayes Millam in front, but just not quite. Carson Lloyd's there to try to get it through, but not quite able to get enough out of it as the block is set there by Conway. And Bowden Stoller there trying for it as well. But here you go again, moving it. Carter Gata now with the puck, tries to get it. And a block shot there by that number 23, moving it along of Justin Hutchinson. But now going the other direction. Here we see Lazarus, and that one through, and Hutchinson not able to catch up in time. But he'll still get possession of it down low, and that one's through and across, and that's low, 3-0. And that will break the streak of shots coming through the point. And there it's that number 23, Justin Hutchinson, makes it a 3-0 game with 14:39 left.
I mean, that's positional awareness right there. You got to get the puck out when you can. Falcons starting to break down just like last year. Anytime that 2-goal, 3-goal lead is just, they don't care. They don't want to be here.
Here's Patton now, back to Buck to win the faceoff. Granica over to Buck again. And now here he'll take it. Goes into traffic off the stick of Webb. And the play broken up, however, by McLaughlin over to Webb again, as that'll be a dump there, taking it along the other way. There's Patton trying for it as well. And Lazarus has had it moving for Michigan, and now we'll see it on the other side by Doug Stiles. That one gets through as well, as Riley Martin now has it behind Buck. Lazarus as well going to be chasing for it against Bracken, as that's now Evan Fitzgerald being able to step in as that's in front. Lazarus, Granica though, keeps it away as now JT Webb will be able to break that one out, and Buck using some speed there on a pinch, gets held just a little bit as Patton was stepping behind for him, able to cover for the D-man there, as now Bracken will get back. Patton still helping with coverage. Granica misses that, and a good thing Patton was there, able to get it over to Bracken, as looks like Michigan going to go try to get a change. That's Doug Stiles who just gets some dump and chase action as McLaughlin gets it past Nielsen now, gets it broken up by Patton, but he'll take it back again, tries it through, and Leader on net, and missed there by Martin, and then a big check on Granica as Nielsen now has it in that corner. Moving it along now at the point, trying to get it through, and just wide and high over on that right side. Taking it back, Leader gets it in, moving it, Stabnik up high, trying to get it, waiting, taking his time, as Michigan now has it, and Martin will cover it up. That number 5 of Morgan Rothstein had daylight, and he was using some patience there.
Yeah, I think that's a good good cover there by Martin. I think Falcons getting a little chasing in their own zone there. The fundamentals that shift were there-ish. I think the Falcons need to get back to basics, tape-to-tape passes, simple breakouts, go back to the puck, and they're not doing that.
Take it back again. Higgins moving it along. Bentley there trying to cover for it. Back to Higgins again as he'll take it on that side there. McMullen now moving for it with Cullen, but Nielsen to take the shot from up high, and that just goes out to the side. And Stabnik there gets an unfortunate for Bowling Green. Fortunate for that number 43 of Brandon Stabnik. Bit of a Patrick Kane type shot, and makes it 4-0.
I think that went off of a Falcon and then off of Martin and in.
Unfortunate bounce there, but Stabnik there going to get a good opportunity there. I mean, he's had quite the time here at Michigan. He's in his 4th season with them, and he's had quite the stats to back it up. I mean, coming into this year, he had 17 goals and 20 assists overall, but still, here you go again. That one across to Rothstein is now Ted Scholze will have possession of it, and then McMullen gets it through. Higgins now with a bit of momentum gets it on net. And not much to come from that one, so Higgins able, though, to get a shot on goal, and a positive that we needed. So 12:36 left here in the second period. Bowling Green down 4. We'll wait for it a little bit longer. And so now back through again. That one covered up, however. White not too thrilled there with Higgins, but we'll still keep it moving along, Chip.
I mean, let's get one here and see what happens. I think this is exactly when we scored yesterday.
Well, Scholze to Bentley as that one's up high. And and that's a bit of an interesting situation there. I mean, per what I know about the sport of hockey, if the goaltender has it and he's able to get it out, he can do that. It looks like that was the attempt there to be made by Kieran, but that referee there just to get a bit of a quick lips there, and we'll restart it. Rudo back going for it again. Higgins able to dump it in that corner. That will be Justin Hutchinson who tries to clear it out. It'll go over along to that number 22 of Clayton Pryl. Now back to 12. That's Sam Karp moving it along, and then Jordan Rivera tries to get it on net. And a bit of a collision behind the back, though, is McMullen to Scholze. Scholze to Rudo. Now a bit of an opportunity. Rudo tries to get it into McMullen and off a pad as he goes down, and McMullen looks like he got it hit there on Hutchinson.
That's Scholze.
Well, got turned around. Ted Scholze goes down. This is not a bit of an unfortunate situation there, and just not been his day from just getting in the first place, having a rough start to try to get up here to not things going his way. And I mean, Hoover's kind of had the same situation, but just, silence for your teammate right now.
Yeah. It's an awkward collision. Again, the Falcons just need to shoot the puck. Rudo decided to pass it. Again, one of the better shooters on the team. He just needs to shoot the puck. He had a lane to shoot it and then shoot far pad. Ted had a step on his defender. If he just shoots that far pad.
Well, we'll see if Scholze's okay here. Everybody kind of.
Yeah, we'll step aside here for a quick break.
Endings. They stir up so many emotions. Sadness because it's over. Excitement as we anticipate new beginnings.
I have a hypothesis.
We're going to talk about vital signs, and the first piece we're going to talk about is blood pressure. So
120 over 84.
So we have this poured in a sponge. We're going to turn on the green light.
wow.
This sponge removes pollutants from water, leaving clean water behind.
And we're back here at the O's just in time for Carson Lloyd to take on Anthony Higgins for that draw there. McMullen able to get it right back, and here they go. Munger moving it on that far side for Michigan as now we take it back. Liam Conway, though, over to Mark Rudo. Now taking it down and in, and that's going to be a dump there. Picked up by Lazowski as now we're moving it the other way, and now here you go. Hayes Millam able to get that one on as well, so now Liam Conway going to be the Falcon that's forced to take that one down deep, and then Liam McCarthy as well. Trying for it across, and not quite. Mark Rudo able to get that one moving, and now here comes McMullen fighting for it against Dante Munger. We have Attendee out of his crease as well, and then Gata tries to get that one in, and then not quite, but now a bit of a pickup there.
Well, that's a knee. That's right in front of the referee. He stuck his knee out.
Well, not much has been called this weekend, but here comes Liam Conway now with it. He's got some daylight. He'll choose to pass right into the feet, however, though, of Tanner Amos, and now they'll be taken aback just a little bit as now Lazarus is the one with that puck over to Noah Gumma as now they're moving it along. Gumma now going down deep against Gata for that one. And not much you can do for it. Ends up getting taken back as well for Doug Stiles, but a hit there by Gata. Trying to force him to go somewhere, and some extracurriculars as well. Looks like Gata not too thrilled with that one, and now some conversation. And we've seen a lot by those four, ending in 4, Doug Stiles and Jack White, where they just like to be some instigators against Bowling Green.
I mean, there's a missed penalty on one end. Gata gets the hit, and then no one comes back to support him. Everyone's just puck watching. And then he just drives the net. There's nothing Riley Martin can do there.
Definitely not Martin's fault.
And I think Michigan did get an unsportsmanlike for that after.
Well, they will. Yep, they'll send him to the box.
I don't know if it's going to be.
We'll figure it out how long they're trying to get that moving along as well.
It is going to be a penalty.
Some fist bumps down there for him, but I mean, 5-0 your opportunity. This will be the second penalty called on Michigan today. Whether or not this is the second penalty committed is up for discussion, but here we go. They're going to rule him on a 2-minute with 10:38 left. Ryan Hoover to take that against Brendan Stabnick. This looks like kind of a scruffle and duffle there. Ted Scholze with it across to Updike, who gets it on a cross ice to Scholze.
Good to see Scholze back out there.
Stabnick getting him on as well, and now looks like Kleinow is going to have some opportunities with it through the stick of Hoover, and White now to have it as well and a cross, and that one goes through, and now Riley Martin going to have to take that to the far side. As Scholze now against Nielsen taking that one along a little bit. Updike gets it. Kleinow able to get a bit of a tip on it. Kleinow still fighting for it as that one's end up cleared, though, by Jack White, forcing Ted Scholze down deep. He's got an attacker in Carson Lloyd on him. Now Andrew Updike going to find somewhere to go. And here it goes for Nolan Hoover, or Ryan Hoover, excuse me, moving that along and now taking it back again. And then a bit of a collision there. Going to be forcing Caleb Kiesel out of the play a little bit, but now Avelo Cohn gets it across. And then here's Nick Leader through Updike and through Kleinow, just off the blocker, though, of Martin. And they'll take it back the other way. 50 seconds left in that penalty. So here comes Kleinow now. Leader now on him. And that'll be a hit there. Now Granica going the other way. Not many places to go, so he'll just be forced to take that one back. And now here they go. And that one tries for a cross ice, a bit of a cherry pick there attempted by Leader. And then Lloyd now has an opportunity. Gobble back checking. And that one just up into the peanut gallery as that one will hit off the glass. And now McMullen across, has Gobble with him and just loses possession of it. Gobble was a bit too quick for it on that one. Granica, though, able to keep it in the zone. Gobble passes into the feet of McMullen. Gobble now with the puck, seeing where he can go with it and trying for it again. And looks like McMullen not too thrilled either with Lloyd, as that one will be taken aback for it again.
Even strength.
And yep, Michigan back at full strength. Going to get an immediate change. Doug Stiles going in for Jordan Rivera as that one's down low for Aiden Granica as he tries to take some time with it, but that sea of White trying to get on him there as Gobble's able to dump that one in, and we'll see Dante Munger going in for the Maize and Blue, going against Anthony Higgins, though, trying to battle for it. Gets it intercepted. Patton with the shot. Just a tad high to the left. Kept in. Oh, no, just quite kept in, though. That was a close one made by Carter Gata, as now that one's taken back and just dumped down center. Higgins now with it, moving it along. Picked up by Lazowski for Michigan, as now they're fighting for it again. And now Pryor with the puck. Taken away, though, by Conway. And now Rudo. Does he have enough gas in the tank trying to fight it for Munger there in that corner? Puck loses both of them. Unnecessary hit there as it's down and low. Gata able to keep it in the zone, though, on a dump. And now taken for it. Rudo has a chance. Takes it up high to Conway. Conway now with an opportunity. Rudo there trying to fight for it. And then, no, excuse me, that was Patton as well with him. So he had some assistance, but not quite. And Patton, and now Higgins is forced down low. Trying to get up. Not much he can do. And looks like that'll go out to center, forcing Conway to try to take a hit of that one. Intercepted, however, by Sam Karp, who's taken then down and drawn by Patton as that one goes into our corner on that side. And JT Webb choosing to avoid the puck and tries to go for the body on Pryle right in front of his dad. And so now we'll see it 6:59 and flat with 5-0 your score.
I think BG's gotta definitely they need to change something up. Nothing's working. I think you just go back to what's working. I think we had a good first week of practice, and ever since then, it's just kind of been downhill.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what practice looks like as we anticipate the Miami home and home next on the 25th and 26th. But here they go. Moving it along, trying to get that. That was McLaughlin with the pass attempt. Amos had it in his feet. Patton to choose to pick it up as he'll dump that one in there, and keeping that one rolling along as now it goes back again. Bentley now going to be forced to chase that one deep, and we'll see what he can do. Off the glass, McLaughlin there, the intended target, and Lloyd getting a bit of a shove there by Amos, and now we'll see a little bit more here with 6:23 left in the second period. Goes back to Bentley again, seeing where he can go. as he'll knock that one out and fighting for it as there. Here's Gumma trying to get it some opportunity through Falcons. That one through and that one off the redirect rebound. Hayes Milham gets the goal. He didn't play yesterday, so his first game of the weekend, and he'll get a goal on the board, 6-0 for Michigan.
I mean, there's no want. There's no communication. The bench is quiet. There's no want to play hockey. And I'm sorry, but I want to be here. If someone on the team just doesn't want to play hockey, then don't play.
Well, you're only able to dress, 21, 22. So there's guys that, get held back. But Gobble there for the face-off. Over to Buck, and now they'll take it through. Buck using the ice. He'll go across to Updike, and a nice move there by Uppy to just get that in, and now Gobble moving it over to Cone. Gobble loses his stick in the process. And then here we go. Lazowski gets that across. Cone now versus Granikov trying to fight for it. Moving it along, and now Granica able, though, to Hoover. Looking, not much, chooses Gobble. Gobble tries to get it across, And Hoover there with a big hit there on Stiles. Just not too thrilled with what's been going on so far, but looks like there we're going to have a situation where that man in none other than Ryan Hoover there with the opportunity, but taken away as Rothstein now has the puck for Michigan. And now it's over to Cone again, past Buck. And they will rule that it was tipped at some point by Bowling Green, that now will get it moving along again. Michigan now getting some more guys into the zone. Moving it along, the attempted pass there by Fitzgerald gets intercepted, and so here it comes. Kiesel there tries for it, but loses possession of it. And now Munger has it, tries to get it the pass to no man's land, as now Aiden Granica will have it in a big clear there. Keeps it in the zone, forces Michigan to retreat. Lazowski now has the puck. The tale as old as time, D to D, and then up to the wing, gets it across for Michigan. And Nielsen there on his knees cannot connect. As Lazowski throws a punch on Higgins.
Oh, that's Kiesel.
I'm blind, Chip. I failed kindergarten, right?
No, you didn't.
Well, still nonetheless.
They should just take both of them.
Well, Rudo's going to try to talk this one over, and I think there was a punch against Kiesel got punched by Lazowski, and then Kiesel tried to lay him out.
They're going to rule it as Kiesel gets the initial, and then the Michigan guy gets the penalty. Kiesel didn't play the puck. He went right to the body and then went stick up into the face mask, and then the Michigan guy retaliated. That's all it is. It should just be 2 minutes 4-on-4.
I mean, the situation too kind of entails here that we've seen a lot of Michigan trying that out, and now that Bowling Green's trying to kind of give back that same energy. Michigan's just taking it up to their level 10 or whatever, and now here you have it, and looks like that Lazowski's going to be marked, and so is Kiesel. Rudo trying to discuss this one through, and in kind of unfortunate turn of events here, looks like we might have a 4-on-4 for both these teams.
Yep, 4-on-4. Just waiting for the official word. Yeah. I'm not going to say.
Well, here we'll take it. Cody Nielsen to take it here. And now, I get this one correctly, Anthony Higgins at center for Bowling Green, as now that goes back up to Jack White. And then Justin Hutchinson tries for that, and here we go.
Why are we playing
that
passive?
One goes. Cody Nielsen gets the shot right there on Riley Martin, and going to have to step out for a bit of a breather there, but 4:28 left. Both penalties have a minute 49 here. And when you have 4 out, you're kind of tempted to play that box formation, but it's still, you got to treat it like even strength here. As that one gets won by Michigan. White on the one-timer, ends up getting deflected by Nick Leader, his own man, as now Bracken Buck's fighting for it down in that corner as well. Cody Nielsen now with some options, takes it up to White, and White just gets it into the glove of Riley Martin. So another good save there by Riley, really doing his part in trying as best he can.
I mean, Martin's trying what he can. I think this is going to be a team that that the Falcons are going to want back, and again, we're going to want back.
Well, and that one gets across. Hutchinson now with the puck, getting that one moved in. Ended up drop back pass to Nielsen with the shot off of Hutchinson, and that goes nowhere. And oh, that was close. But Martin able to have his foot on the doorstep. So now Leader choosing to move it where he goes. He'll find Nielsen behind the net. Bank pass up to Hutchinson at the defense. Getting that one back moved along as well to White, that number 24, and then that one gets him through.
That's a good 4-on-4 right there. You man up. Sorry to interrupt you. You man up, and it forces Michigan to the outside, and then it's a bad shot on goal.
Well, what Michigan's been doing a lot so far today as well is simply just finding opportunities. They're not just, once we have it, we got to move it. They're taking that time to figure out where they can go with it and really try to spread it out, as that will be Conway moving that one over to Gata, as now here we go again. Gata with an opportunity over to Conway off his skate. And now Gata has Updike on his side. Will he choose to go
skate
across?
It, Conway. He should have accepted the pass on his backhand and then skated it like he's doing now. Well, should have skated it the first time.
And he had Pryal on him, intercepted by Rivera over again, and Pryal with the opportunity on, and Gata just getting a little shove there on him. But another good stop there by Riley Martin.
And when you don't have an option, don't just stick it into the opponent. Just dump it. Dump and chase. That's what you got to do.
Well,
it's better than just turning it over at the blue line, is just get it down deep.
Well, quite the opportunity here again will go. That one moving along. Updike tries to get it from Conway, intercepted by Cohen across. Pryal looking to see where he wants to go, and that one knocked away by Gata again. So a good situation here, but the attempt looks like Rothstein's going to try to walk that in a little bit, but the deflection ends up taking that one to the peanut gallery. That's out of play, Chip.
Yeah, again, you lose your man, you find a man. That's all you got to do. It's man-on-man hockey right now.
Well, less than 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Bowling Green down 6-0, have given up 4 so far this period. And so
5.
I failed kindergarten. Now here we go again. And Gobble trying to go back for it again. Lloyd moving it along to Gata, back to Conway again.
Skate.
And he'll choose to pass that one up, and intercepted there by that number 42 of Carson Lloyd. So they'll take it back through, and again, Gata now trying to move that pass back along, and so now an opportunity here. Updike now to have it over to Gobble. Gobble trying to skate for it a little bit. Pass taken away from him by Dante Munger. And so now they'll be the two fighting for it in that corner. It looks like that's going to try it in. Updike tried the hit. Kiesel tried to get a pass back in. And still fighting for it. Now Michigan has a bit of a rush here. Liam McCarthy keeps it in. No, and that looks like offsides there by Hayes Millen.
He never went in.
And no call, but here we'll go again. And McCarthy will try for it as well. And now Conway gets a pass. Updike now at around center, moving it along, trying to go for it. Gumma on him, and then tries to get it through. And just Dante Munger standing in the way of Conway with 2:03 left in the period.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Up he knows that he just needs to get the puck on net. He was completely by himself as no Falcons decided to drive the net for him.
Well, just trying to swim like Ezekiel there, but now we'll take it back again. Patton now with the puck, trying to move that one back again, and then a bit of a hook there by JT Webb. Goes avoided, though, and there comes into the zone. That's that number 17 that we've seen quite a bit of, Lazarus, and then that one back and through again, but knocked right into the zone by Noah Gumma, that number 66. So Owen Bentley behind the net, looking to see where he can go. And a bit of a high stick, and yeah, they will call that number 4, Doug Stiles, for it. Tried to use the stick to keep the clear from happening, but it ended up being a high stick on the Wolverines.
I mean, Falcons catch a break there. Simple play. Instead of using your stick, you just use your glove, and there's no high stick on the puck for the Wolverines, and they get a good offensive chance off a Falcon turnover.
Well, we'll take it back through again, and Gumma there tries to go for it. Scholze trying to play on him, and so is Patton. Pass in front to Webb, and that one taken, and no, just kept barely in the zone. And so now Stoller tries a shot in the dark there to try to clear it over to Gumma, but now we'll keep it moving again as Bentley over to Webb tries to keep that in. Munger on net, right in the chest of Martin, and able to get a good stop there with 1:16 left in the second period.
Tim, you got anything? Tim Whitehead's our camera guy. He made it here. No one wants to be here. Yeah, I feel that too.
Well, they'll take it back and through again. Granica now trying for it, and so is White. An opportunity there by Hoover. Rudo going to be with him, but a good back check there by White on Hoover, and then that forces that one down and deep. And now we're into the final minute of the second period. Pryal tries to get it through in the feet of Buck, and there it goes, and they'll roll an offside there. Call the Michigander to try that is Jack White. And so there you have it.
See, like, there's the first time I've seen communication is right there. Hoover talks what he wants to do on the face-off.
Well, they're putting Rudo out on a streak. Now forces it down low. That's Karp there, trying to find it and then moving it along as Clayton Pryal, but ends up Bracken Buck intercepting it. Pryal on him as well, and then moving it over Rivera. Keeps it going from the start, but that one out to Karp. Karp with the shot. That's on the pad, and a good stop there. Looks like it was underneath the pad of Riley Martin, but that one will be kept out of the net there.
I'm curious what shots are this period. It's definitely a lot to a little.
Well, we'll get that in the intermission report and figure it out when the time comes. That one won by Nielsen for Michigan. Back to White as Hoover's trying to get some possession on that one, and then Nielsen behind the net with Granica as well, and we're keeping this one moving along as Nielsen has an opportunity. The shot, and just
nice
into
save.
the glove. A good stop there for Riley Martin.
Yeah, nice save there by Martin. I think Falcons just need to get to the locker room, figure it out, hopefully.
Well, here we'll take it again. 17 and counting seconds left to go, and a bit of a scruffle for that one. The shot there by Nielsen goes right off, and now Bracken Buck will have that, trying to clear it as well, and then the shot just wide. And there will go. Hutchinson going to be the Wolverine to chase that one with 2 and now 1, and that will be the end of the period, folks. 5 scored by the Wolverines in the second period. None scored yet by the BGSU Falcons. We're going to step aside here for just a little bit and come back with some intermission gander. Maybe we'll see what else can come from this game as we head into the final period of regulation. You are watching BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. And we're back, everybody, for the second intermission report here. I'm Dan Ridenour, joining you at the Yost on some Saturday night club hockey action. Bowling Green down right now 6-0 after 2 periods of play. Ended up giving up 5 goals in that previous period. So definitely an unfortunate turn of events there that we have, and just, I mean, not quite the expectations that we had or wanted, but really just, it's going to be a lot to learn from it. It's going to be a lot of, still somewhat early in the season. I mean, you're in your 4th game right now. And a thing that helps out, too, is Michigan, though, right now has been at home for the majority of their season. I mean, they've played 4 games so far. This is their 5th game and the 4th one at home. I mean, that really helps them out well in terms of things. And it's really just unfortunate. I mean, they'll play Denison, though, next week, and then they'll play Adrian. That'll be a good one to see, and then they'll have Ohio U at Chelsea to play at that rink out there in Michigan. But that's what Michigan's schedule looks like right now. And for your clubbers, it's looking like they'll have Miami at home on the 25th, and then they'll be at Miami on the 26th. So we'll be seeing that, and a home as well against the Ohio Bobcats on the 10th and 11th, and then moving along on the 19th and 20th, you're playing Louisville on the road for 2 games. So unfortunate to see there, and I mean, kind of what you were seeing, but I'd say the star so far that we're seeing is Riley Martin. I mean, quite the appearance from him so far, and after playing the Tri-State Spartans, after playing with the MDHL Orange, and then Stevenson High School as well, he's had quite some days going for him, and he's had quite some off ones, but really this isn't his fault at all, I would say. It's really just a overall effort by the team as a whole, and a lot of opportunities that are getting missed, and a lot of opportunities that they're just getting so close on. And I think part of it comes down to the shots, and we've just, need to see some of that and some actions. But even when Michigan's getting those extra shots, we're seeing Martin able to step up, and we're seeing him get some good momentum with that. So we got to be grateful for what he's been able to do in net. And so let's be thankful for that kind of communication that we're having, and then that kind of, style by BGSU to try to get some else going. And I mean, really, though, it's going to kind of come down to just a battle of, who wants it more and who's able to do that. But Michigan has their lead, and that has kind of been the Achilles heel so far for not just Bowling Green, but it's a lot of hockey teams as well, is that second period. And we're seeing a lot of negativity in that period and a lot of regression. So you really just need to hope that you can get back on your train there and get back on that get back on that horse and get back on that, energy. And you had moments with that. You only held Michigan to 1 goal in the first period, and that's nothing to sneeze at either. Michigan's got the credentials. I mean, with the way Jack White's been playing, with the way that Doug Stiles have been playing, Sam Karp and Avello Cohn being a good duo, and then Dante Munger and Evan Fitzgerald as well. So overall, it's just quite the day to see with them as well. And I mean, Griffin Kieran coming into the net, and we're seeing him show out quite a bit. And I mean, that's just kind of what we've seen so far, and just a lot that could happen. I mean, White got trying to knock a couple here, and I mean, so is Stiles. I mean, he got a goal last season. He gets one again tonight, and then Stabnik as well got one earlier. So quite the day that we were able to see so well. And I mean, so far that's kind of our game, and just the way it is, really. And I mean, we're gonna get back there and keep it going around 2.5 minutes until we're back for our 3rd and final period of regulation. But really, so far, just kind of wanted to come in here and say that if we're looking back to those keys to the game and what we've seen, controlling play and then extra movement, we've seen some extra movement here so far, but not quite that control side of things. And I mean, you have control for moments, but it's really the biggest part of control is getting back and being able to control it for longer and longer stretches of time. And just an unfortunate turn of events here. But I mean, that's kind of what happens at some points, and just the guys are back into the locker room and they're talking it over, and Coach Harper has some things to say. But really, that's just going to be all the time we have for now. We'll be right back for it again as we head into the 3rd and final period of regulation here. So don't go anywhere. You are watching BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. Welcome to third period hockey here at the Yost Arena. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined with Chip Creinin as we get started for the third and final period of regulation. Bowling Green down by 6 goals here as we get this one on the road. It looks like we're going to have Stabnik versus Higgins to get this one off as that one goes over and through. Just back a little bit. Cone now with the puck fighting for it. Now around 19:53 and counting left. That one from McMullen tried it, but Nielsen's able to get the dump there for the Wolverines. So now this one gets through. And now Nick Leader going to have some possession opportunities with it. Higgins able to get that one over as well as McMullen trying to dump that one through and then keeps it going. But ends up going back. Leader tries to get it intercepted by McMullen, seeing if he has any opportunities here, and ends up losing possession of that. Mark Rudo as well got so close there for that one. We'll get back for it again. Nielsen now taking his time. Has Higgins on him, trying to fight for it, and ends up turning around and going the other way. Rudo able to knock that one out of him, though. And Higgins, though, to try to dump off the hand, though. Looks like that's Nielsen, and it is. And so Leader now going to try to get that one in as well. Conway to get a bit of a bounce on that, and then Gaeta gets that to McMullen, who's now they're moving the puck around a little bit as well. Gaeta gets that one across to Conway. Conway now able to have it into the other zone, as that's Jack White now with the puck for the Wolverines over to Gumma, as that one gets moving along. Gaeta able to have some force on here, but here's Leader across, and the pass to Nielsen just barely missed, as this one keeps it moving forward and right ahead and afar. Andrew Updike forcing that one to be moved out to center. Leader able to keep it in the zone. So Fitzgerald as well. Here it goes. But now Andrew Updike able to get that pass over to Ryan Hoover, who looks to get a shot, and Updike taken down there by Gumma before anything can happen, as that one will be taken out of the zone and then across ice there. And here's Fitzgerald going against Gaeta, as Fitzgerald gets that off the blocker of Martins. Then Stiles able to keep it in as well, and White now has the puck and seeing a little bit more action, though, so far. And now McLaughlin going to be, or excuse me, no, Conway taking that one down deep and intercepted. Fitzgerald has daylight, gets a shot outside from Stiles to Fitzgerald, and Stiles wrapping around the leg of Gaeta, and looks like we'll have a hand raised by a referee. But the other way, Here we go for Kiesel. Tries it, Kleinow with the shot and missed. And we'll see him go again. Doug Stiles heading to the box for the second time this game.
Yeah, I think it's a good job there by Gaeta to stay out of the dirty stuff, and he couldn't. His leg was getting held onto his hand. Put his hands up. I'm like, I'm not doing anything, and he's still holding on to me.
I mean, yeah, just trying to prove his innocence there, and he drew a penalty for it.
His innocence has been proven.
Well, for the second time here, we'll see. The first one was an unsportsmanlike conduct, but here we go. Scholze gets that one over to Updike. Updike finding the cross to Kiesel, and close yet so far. And then Pryl going to be the man to clear it for the Michigan Wolverines, as now we have 17:30 left in regulation. Puck going up a little bit. There's Updike now fighting for it. Now he'll have some daylight. Moving along is Kiesel. The opportunity here, Kiesel to present itself up to Updike. Across to Scholze. Forced to take it out, and now Kleinow having it, and then a bit of a fumble by it, but now Pryl will have the puck over at center. Updike on defense is going to be the man keeping in his way, and a good steal there, and now Kleinow getting it from Updike as we go the other way. Kleinow getting forced out into the middle, gets it back into the zone, and they're going to call that off just for a moment. But then Granica forced away from it by Pryl, and then Hoover with a boom.
Hoover, why do you go into the scrum like that?
Well, anyways, now we're moving it back the other way. Mark Rudo trying to get that one.
They're going to get him a penalty.
It started as a hit.
You make the hit, then skate away. Plain and simple.
Well, anyways, Hoover now going to be with some discussion. And we'll have a 4-on-4 for 57 seconds, and then for the remaining time in the Hoover penalty.
Oh, they took both. That's not a good call. I think that's.
Well, Lazowski looks like he'll be another man for it. He's discussing.
I don't get how Michigan got a penalty there.
Well,
How'd Michigan get a penalty there?
well, we'll now have a 4-on-3 though, Chip, and that'll be for 57 seconds, and then I believe Bowling Green will have the 5-on-4 power play here. That extra man gives them some leeway here, and Hoover gets taken, and so does Lazowski, and we'll be taking that right at the offside dot on our close side, so away from the benches near the penalty box.
Still 5-on-4. And
a 5-on-4 will be ruled. And so now Higgins gets it back to Rudo. Rudo with some options. Moving it across to Granica. Granica now to Higgins. Crossing over on the ice, now finding it. Higgins going to choose to dump it over, and that's over on the side of McMullen, who just tips it to Granica. Now a bit of a scruffle there for it, and Granica using all the speed or all the pressure he can to keep that puck in. McMullen getting with it, and McMullen taken down, and now we have a fight with Carson Lloyd. As it kind of started out with a bit of an instigation. Started at level 1, then it's level 4, and then out of nowhere just level 10. And they're going to take another Wolverine. And I will say this, Ohio State was physical, but they were not dirty like these Wolverines. And I think
Wait, did they just take the Wolverine?
They did, and Lloyd will get taken kind of for his play on a...
I don't see how that's just a penalty on the...
Well, McMullen gets taken there, and I mean, there's some...
No, they didn't take McMullen.
They did not. That's what I'm saying. There's some unnecessary physicality. There's some physicality there that's keeping Michigan in the lead. But now the Wolverines are held to only 3 on the ice, a 5-on-3 now.
Shoot it.
Space and daylight for Granica, and as that one goes over to McMullen. Granica with the shot on net. Ends up getting knocked over wide as now Rudo forcing him in the triangle. Gobble screening a little bit, and Gobble almost with the tip as that one goes over. As Higgins now over again. Rudo going to try to force that one in. Stabnik in front. Open through, and that one's in and away. And nobody to move from that. 5 seconds left in the original Doug Stiles penalty before all this occurred. We see nothing on the scoreboard for the Hoover penalty. So
yeah, no, they're on whistle.
Okay, that is what I thought. But now it goes back. Rudo with the shot on net and deflected out as Gobble now and a man about to come out. Waiting for it. 3-2-1. McMullen tries the shot on net. Whistle blown. And Stiles going to the bench. Looks like he just got saved by the bell by that whistle. Because in a situation like that, even if it's kind of close, I remember from my playing days, the guy would have to stay in until the puck was dropped. That will not be the case here. Now the Wolverines will be fortunate to have 4 back on, as Bowling Green will still have 5.
Yeah, I like this. Tanner Amos, he's going to get some power play time. He'll be in front of the net. He was a menace in high school.
Cohen gets that one up. Scholze was playing on the right defensive side. Now it's going to be Scholze versus Nielsen for that puck in the corner. Waiting for it back again as well. Nielsen now getting held a little by Scholze.
Oh, tripped.
Updike to fall just a little bit. Now they take it. 15 minutes, 20 seconds remain. But here we go. Scholze with an opportunity here. Gets it across, and now here we go. Waiting, and that's across now. Kiesel with the puck has 2 on off the boards. And a bit of a pinch, actually. No, he won't. Scholze stays up as Nielsen gets the clear. The icing waved off because of the penalty. And Updike going to be battling for it with Karp, or I guess Karp just to lay off. And Updike tries to get that across. A bit of a blind pass, but picked up by Kiesel. As Scholze now has that and goes and through it. Amos off his stick, and then a fancy move there by Munger to try to get it away, and now he'll have it. Munger waiting for it a little bit again, and some daylight just off the pad. Kiesel dumps it back into the corner. Now Rudo has possession of it, as now Mark Rudo with the puck taking it along. That's back to Higgins just off his stick there, as now Dante Munger with possession. He goes up to center. Leader now hit his body, ends up going back into his stick, so now they're fighting for it a little bit again. Looks like that is McMullen, and then Amos. And Amos will get off after that hit, picked up by Higgins. Lloyd wasting no time to try to get a hit on him, and here we go again. Rothstein now with the puck down and low. And now fighting for it. Looks like Gobble's getting tied up just a little bit. Rudo able to try to get that one out as well, and here we go. Lloyd now has possession. Tries to find it out in front, and the shot attempt there, and just goes over. That was attempted by Rothstein. That number 5, and Gumma able to get that one back in. Lloyd as well. And now we'll be going into that corner. Looks like it's Milham versus McMullen as McMullen is taken down. Now back into that corner again, waiting for it. Rudo to try to clear, gets the high puck there, but Gumma able to keep it in. And Granica forced down and a pass straight out to McMullen, wasting no time on that. Higgins now going to need to get some speed going as he'll get past Prio on that and just gets the puck down and low. As Rothstein now has it, gets that one deep to Rivera.
We only got 4 on the ice here, guys. Come on.
Well, and then that one goes to Karp. Moving it along, he has 2 on him, make that 3 as then Patton's able to step in and gets the bank to Webb. Webb now versus Gumma, gets knocked, however, and loses his control and balance. And now Prile has the puck for the Wolverines going the other way, so now out around center. Going to go a bit over to the right and then keeping it along, and a good block there by Conway, but still held on by the Wolverines. That's Karp there, trying for it. Back to Karp from Prile, and the pass wide left as Gumma gets a bit of a reverse hit there on Webb. As Prile now going to be moving it with 4 out there, 5 for the Wolverines. As both Hoover and Lazowski are still in the box. And now they'll take it forward again. Conway now with possession, has daylight to Patton. At least it hits his stick and able to get it there with no icing. Force Michigan to retreat from down below. As here they'll go again. Avello Cone with the puck. Gets that across to Lazowski. Now moving it. Hutchinson able to pick it up in that corner, and so there they'll have it again. And Cohen able to be the intended target up high. Now Prile looking for someone in center as he's in that corner, waiting for it a little bit again across, as that'll hit off the stick of Kiesel. Prile gets the puck back again. Bentley right on him. And Bentley going to pin him there. As now we're waiting for it. Cohen now with the puck, seeing it go across. Hutchinson now with that one, waiting for it, and a big hit there by Kiesel, forcing him to go on, and then here they go again. And some more, and no communication there as that one's left in no man's land. Kiesel going to try to get that one down, and Conway able to clear it though, and looks like there's going to have to be some pressure here. It looks like McLaughlin's going to come up to the task on that number 11 of Avello Cone, and here we go for it again. Bentley able to hold on to a stick, and now here we go. Lazardis versus Scholz. He keeps that one down below. Bentley now with the puck tries to get it out and high. McLaughlin able to fumble it a little bit. Lazarus, but Rudo picks it up from him. With around 11 minutes left in regulation, and that one, folks, will be rolled in icing.
I think we should have, Tim doesn't have a headset, but he can hear me. I just think that, again, it's a little better play than last period, but
Going to be a busy 2 days,
it's
but
just.
Well, and now that team up north in Bowling Green at full strength. That one narrowly goes in the neutral zone, though. Gumma able to save it. And then goes and down and deep. As Nielsen will have the puck and in front, a bit of a play, and there it goes. Stabnik with the attempt, and Stabnik to miss. As he'll go there and moving it along in the neutral zone now. Michigan forced to wait for it. Stabnik now has possession, fighting for it against McLaughlin. Leader now with the shot attempt out in the shoulder of Martin, and out of nowhere, McMullen taken down.
They're going to call a trip.
And they'll get him on a trip, so just don't trip there. But Noah Gumma to be taken to the box here.
Well, they got him interfering. It don't matter. It's the same thing. But I think. What do you think, Dan? How do you think today's games compared to yesterday?
You know, I will say that was a interference, just mainly due because there was no possession at the time when it was made. But really, so far, you're playing a tough opponent. Michigan's got those guys to back it up. Not everything's going in their favor, but also you kind of got to step up a little bit. We haven't seen much of that happening. But I will give credit, though, Chip. There are guys that are trying to put in that work, and so far, and I mean, really just going to have to kind of buckle back up before you get to Oxford on Saturday, and then you have a home game as well. But here we go.
No, it's Thursday, Friday next week. So Thursday game at home, Fridays down in Oxford.
Okay, and we'll get that one back and away. Here we go. Rudo now with the nice
Shoot
move.
it.
Rudo with the shot, gets it on in front. He regains possession. Rudo now gets chased from behind. Munger able to get a hold of that one, but goes up back to Granica again. to McMullen as now he keeps it in the zone. McMullen going to choose to go over a little bit to the right, back over to Mark Rudo, who chooses Granica as the one-timer is missed, and then finding the opening and getting the clear there, and 1:04 left in the penalty.
Yeah, the difference between Michigan and Bowling Green right now is the skating. I think both these teams have the same skill, but it's another delayed penalty upcoming here.
Well, Riley Martin to go to the bench. Granica holding on to it, trying to chew the clock a little bit. You're still able to score as long as Michigan doesn't touch it. Really try to take advantage of that right now. And Tanner Amos just able to get it to
still only
Kiesel.
have 5 on the ice.
Well, and that'll just go into the glove inevitably of Kieran. So now here you go. And a 5-on-3 upcoming, 32 seconds to execute with the 2-man advantage. Here we go. And looks like they're going to be taking that Hayes Milham to the box for the Wolverines. So Milham and Gumma in the box. Looks like they're going to be playing Stabnik, Hutchinson, and Lazowski as Updike is moved up to defense. But a bit of a fight at it on the circle, keeping that one going. And that goes up to Scholze now. Has some time to roam and then goes across, and Updike with the 1T. But chooses to pinch, goes high. And now Kiesel gets a little knock from behind. No help there, and the clear, though, stopped by Michigan. Goes right back out to Ted Scholze. Fakes it across. Kleinau with an opportunity. The block and deflection there, though, by Lazowski. Knocks it right out of play. 5 seconds left in the Gumma penalty.
Yeah, I think that was a good opportunity there for Jack Kleinau as he's going to take the draw.
And Kleinau back to Updike now, waiting for that. Updike gets it over. Scholze as a man is out. Gumma going to choose to change. They're putting Rivera on a bit of a streak there, but Updike able to get back in time for that one. Updike across into the feet of Scholze. Going to be forced down deep. Rivera putting on the heavy pressure as he goes out from the previous penalty, but 1:10 and counting left on the penalty by Hayes Milham. So here we go. Waiting for it is now Ted Scholze going to choose to dump that one in. Waiting for it just a little longer. Tanner Amos tries to chime in as well, just barely misses that one, as now Rothstein's moving it along the other way. Rothstein now going over to Rivera, and here they go. He's got McCarthy with him, one across, and not quite. And a bit of a collision there by Amos, seemed inadvertent, and looks like Updike's going to try to get off here. Kiesel has it into a stick as he's getting that one back in as well. Amos fighting down below, but now Rivera has daylight against Mark Rudo as that one goes in and across. And Granica now with his back going against the puck. Gets that one right back to Mark Rudo with 7:25 remaining in regulation. And so now we'll just wait a little bit further. And keeping this one in contact, this one in play. Going to observe our situations here. This one going across as well. And so we'll keep it rolling on that far side. Looks like McMullen's able to get that over to Higgins. Now Higgins down low on that far side, on that near side. Gets it across. Gobble going to be fighting for it in, and now we're back at full strength, folks. And a good clear and deflection just off the stick of Dante Munger. Able to get that in and then goes across. Wide open, though. There's Sam Karp, who's got some men on. Gaeta going to try to force him out wide, and Rudo able to pick off the rebound from Martin as now Gobble has it. Higgins to follow. Higgins to get tripped up a bit. No call. Munger picks it up and goes across as now we'll see Sam Karp knocking that one back as well to Fitzgerald, who has possession. Going up against Conway, and that will be a deflection. The first goal of the period, 7-0 for Michigan.
I mean, you can't just back up into the goaltender. It's a 1-on-4, and they're just backing up into the goaltender.
I mean, unfortunate indeed, kind of tough one to swallow. I mean, tough to process, really, but Karp to take the face off against Patton with 6:23 and counting left. Music's still going here at the Yost, and now it finally shut off, but here we go. Lazowski taking that one down and below. And Stoller as well fighting for it. Lazowski over to White. Chooses to go over to the right as he saw that block shot opportunity by Stoller. And then that one deflected just a little bit. And here comes JT Webb. He has one on him and gets it. And a beautiful goal by JT.
That's his, I think that might be his first career goal.
JT, the sophomore from Bowling Green. I mean, there will be no shutout for Griffin Kieran as he was looking for his first career shutout as well.
Right in front of his parents, actually, he scored. His
Yeah.
parents sitting down there in the left corner.
And he sure did. I mean, a good goal though for JT. Let's get him a round of applause. Give him his flowers. No matter the circumstances we have her now, but Noah Gumma taking that to the left side and going out for it, and a hit there on Scholze, taking it back again. Lazowski now has it, fighting for it as that one's down to Owen Bentley. 5:42 and counting left here. We'll take it. And now moving it along. Webb now has that puck, taking it low. Gumma now waiting for it again. Stoller kind of forced him to get rid of that. But Gumma regains possession now at center. Right on Martin is the shot. And here comes Bentley now with the puck, as that will be taken away from McCarthy and the leader to pick up the stolen pass. As he'll go cross ice, and now a bit of a redirect there. Rothstein the shot just wide. And another one. Nielsen with the attempts, not quite either. And now that one's down below. Taken for it. Liam McCarthy now has the puck with around 5 minutes left in regulation. But here we go again. Lazowski now with the puck trying to get it on. Nolan Patton has that one now as well. Stoller looking to see what he can do to get it out. And now it'll be on the stick of Nielsen and then over to Leader. Leader with the shot, and that's deflected high because of the stick of Bentley. And then Cohen tries to get it back in. Cleared by Patton as he'll get a line change. So will JT.
That's an
so will
awful
Stoller.
line change.
And now one is left, and it's perfect timing there for Bentley as his skate will force it in the neutral zone. And Michigan now has to retreat, but now they'll be going back the other way. Stabnik now with the puck going to center. Forced into the sea of orange and brown with 4:24 remaining. And that looks like it'll be ruled an icing.
Not enough juice.
And not enough, you are correct, Chip, as Kiesel was battling for that with Cohen. Cohen will win that one as now it goes down right onto the stick of Bracken Buck. We're seeing him right back at it again. That's over to Granica now again. Granica tries to get it to Kleinow and going, and good by McLaughlin just staying there, letting Granica go with it. And then that one's taken into the corner waiting again. Kleinow trying to fight for it as well against that number 43 of Brandon Stabnik, but it goes back for it again, and here it goes. Granica kind of coasting in there, not really able to get a hold of that one. But here now we have it. Carson Lloyd over to Stabnik, and that's a redirect and a spinorama, but eventually finds the glove of Riley Martin as now we have 3:41 left in regulation.
Yeah, I think Falcons got a little life, little heart.
I mean,
from that Webb goal, but
we saw that too yesterday. But the sad part is it's just a little too. It's too little, too late for some circumstances. But we'll be right back in play again. As Lloyd with the shot, a bit of a tip there by Stabnik, but Martin to get another good save there. And now 3:34 and counting left, as we see fit so far in this one.
yeah, I think, like I said, I think it's always good to come up here to the O's. It's a great arena. You'd even watch a game at.
And Hutchinson gets that, a rebound to back, and Lloyd will fumble his opportunity as now that's going the other way for the orange and brown. They'll try to get it. Stabnik there on Kleinow. And who would have known? Now Michigan has it going the other way, off the skate of Stabnik. Back to Granica, and that should be off, and it will be ruled correctly. And that hits the stick of Hutchinson, which the ice is knocked away. Kiesel battling in that one as well between him and Munger. And now Pryle has it on his stick, finding Fitzgerald with it as well. Evan Fitzgerald now moving that puck around center, chooses to dump it onto the left side, and here we go for it again. Liam Conway now has the puck right behind with 2:50 to go, and Updike going to just try to clear that out to center. And Hoover going to try a hit, wasting no time. And Lazaris has it now in that right corner. Finds the man in Pryle low, but ends up having an unfortunate bounce for the Wolverines, as now they'll take it back, and here they go again. Hoover's got daylight, though. He's going to skate with it. Updike to his right, and that one across. Here's Updike, and taken aback by that number 17 of Lazaris. And here we go again. Gobble now trying to fight for it back and forth. And that's in front for Updike. Not quite, though, able to pull it through. And now that'll be taken into the corner. Noah Gumma with the puck now. Waiting for it back again. And Gata as well. And Hoover going to be on that side. So's Conway, but a bit of an unfortunate bounce. Here comes Pryl trying for it, and he gets it through. And that one to get a turn around. As now Hoover will have the puck here. And will take this one alas, as that one goes in. Leader now with it on that far side. The attempt, White tried to get a piece of it down low. And now Cone goes through and in low. Leader has it, and not quite. No, he doesn't. And there is Higgins with that puck as well. And now Avello Cone to be able to get it down with 90 seconds and counting left in regulation so far here at the Yost, as Rudo's able to get that one down low. Indeed, Higgins fighting Cone for it and trying as much as he can, but able to keep that one in as Ted Scholze, who's still able to hold on to it there. Scholze loses possession. Nielsen able to get it to Leader. Now we have a 2-on-2 with all men trying to back check, but that's back. Moving it. Nielsen with the shot and just wide. But in front is Leader. And now waiting for it. And that one, as we are in the final minute, and McMullen gets shed on that tackle by Cone. Gets it through. Nielsen across Leader, breaks his twig on the one-timer, has to drop that one.
That's gotta stink. I'm sorry, but minute to go, you just on a one-timer, you just break your stick. That's rough.
Well, they're not cheap. Here comes Higgins now against Hutchinson, going to try to fight for it. Turns his back to the play, and could have been the good move, was able to force Hutchinson further away from that puck. But now 30 seconds to go here, folks, as now White has a bit of breathing room, trying to fight for it here against Bentley. Able to get it just knocked past him. Rudo now looking for an opportunity. He's got daylight to his right as he gets it through, and Rudo back to Webb, and that one finds its way to the neutral zone. Bracken Buck now with it, waiting just a little bit more, and now Rudo loses it, and so does Buck. Now Munger with the puck. Webb gets taken pass, and now 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1. Pass Patton again, and that will be the game. Munger doesn't get the shot off. And that will be an 0-4 start for your BGSU Falcons, as they'll have a Thursday-Friday series against Miami of Ohio. And so that's all she wrote for today, Chip.
Yeah, I think not a great, horrible weekend for the Falcons. Not a great, I'm going to say horrible. The Falcons did not come to play this weekend. I don't think practice went too hot this week either, and it shows. And the want to be at the rink is not there.
Well, and the sport of hockey, though, too, it's a lot like a roller coaster, and that's a big part of it, too, Chip, is you're going to have weekends that go your way. You're going to have weekends that don't go your way. And, I mean, this certainly wasn't the way that anybody in the orange and brown wanted it to go. And, I mean, we're just going to have to take it with that. And, I mean, realize at the end of the day, we have the same amount of Hobie Baker winners.
I mean, yeah.
So just a little nod, I guess, there between these two historic Division I teams. Quite a privilege to be here at the Yost. And 7-1, though, your final score. The weekend is concluded, so that's a wrap, folks. As we'll start to pack things up here for the trip from Ann Arbor, Michigan to Bowling Green, Ohio, we will be heading on out as we're back at the Slater Family Ice Arena, the Madhouse on Mercer, to take on the Miami Redhawks. Get ready and get set for that. We will have broadcasts and coverage for that. Thank you so much for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday night. Safe travels home. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Dan Ridenour with Chip Creinin, and you have been watching